because many Kenyans did not know. And they were misinformed. They were disinformed. This opposition that now I see as just a group of scavengers, they scavenged from Ebola. They now came to the finance bill. Unfortunately, when it came to the finance bill, I don't know who was advising them. I remember the first set of propaganda came from the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, who alleged that there was an attempt in the finance bill to convert all freehold land to leasehold. We challenged Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka to show us where that was in the finance bill. He couldn't. He ran away. I've never heard him speak about the finance bill again. The former member for Madera, Rigathi Gachagua, alleged that we were increasing tax on rental income. Then the Honorable Robert Mbui and a number of members of parliament came to the House the other day saying that we had imposed tax on mitumba. Fact is, and you saw it in the House, and they agreed with us finally. That's why they were just voting no for the sake of voting no. There was no increment on rental income from 7.5%. In actual fact, what we are doing is lifting off the burden of payment of tax from tenants who are tenants of people who are not residents of our country, who are not registered taxpayers. Because tenants are being made by KRA to either withhold rental income or you pay if you don't withhold from your employer. Therefore, we wanted, because out of public participation, we wanted to make sure that the landlord is the one who bears the responsibility of paying the tax. On mitumba, I dared them. They were lying to Kenyans because Kenyans do not know what is in the first schedule, what is in the second schedule, what is in the third schedule of the VAT Act. And they were telling Kenyans mitumba was zero rated. Fact of life is that mitumba, as we speak, people pay 16% VAT on importation. We were removing that 16%, taking it to exempt. So you tell me, even if you were class 1 dropout, if something is on the standard rate of 16%, and the proposal is to now move it from 16% standard rate to exemption, how is that increasing tax? I'll remind you that the finance bill came to the House on the 27th of April this year. President William Ruto pronounced himself on that matter on the 27th of May this year during the, the National Prayer Breakfast. And therefore, when the president makes a policy pronouncement, then we start working on the measures and means of doing that. And I can assure you, the National Treasury, our Committee on Finance and National Planning, and those of us in the House leadership, we are working on that. I can assure the people of Kenya, the president can never pronounce himself in vain. The Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury has pronounced himself on this matter, and he said it when he came to give his revenue-raising measures a week ago, that it will be done.